Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy. Welcome back to a tactics video. I do have a tactics video for you guys today. A lot of people have been asking me for what formation are you using right now? What formation really works for you? What are you liking the most? And I'm going to use some of my EA access time, my precious EA access time, to walk you guys through the formation that right now I am loving. I'm also going to talk about one more formation with this video. So we'll discuss a little bit of that. If you guys enjoyed the video today, just drop a thumbs up. If you guys want to see some gameplay highlights, yeah, if you want to see some gameplay highlights, guys, I do have my first, my first experience with the FIFA 20. I recorded gameplay on the first day. That's my first FIFA 20 video on this channel, so make sure you guys check it out if you want to see that. But anyways, you guys came here for the tactics. So as you guys can see, I'm set up here with a 4-3-3-2. This is also a good formation to hybrid a lot of stuff. I am using Ligue 1 for the most part, but you guys can see that my fullbacks are just French. Well, just this guy is in another league. Anyways, that's not relevant, so we'll talk about the tactics. So in terms of custom tactics, the formation right now that I am using is the 4-1-2-2 narrow. Now, what's so good about this formation is the way that right now it's the way that the passing is in this game. With the cam, you can trigger a lot of runs and do a lot of 1-2s with the strikers, which I think for me is really beneficial to my gameplay style. I think it's really beneficial to the way I play this game. And I think for you guys, you should try this formation because right now it seems like it's very overpowered to try to break someone down the middle. And that's kind of what I'm aiming for with the squad, to try to break someone down in the center of the pitch. So that's the number one thing with this formation that I understand. You're going to want to try to play this formation in a way that is almost very narrow. And it is a narrow formation. So that's what you guys got to keep in mind as you use the formation, is that it is a narrow formation. And that's the goal. You're going down the middle. Now, I'm going to warn you guys, the way that I play this formation is a little bit attacking. I like my players to be buzzing and moving around a lot, so I do play an attacking style. I'm not a defensive player. I like to go after games, and I like to possess games. So keep that in mind with this formation. You guys can make your own tactic edits from this formation because my tactics are a lot. So I'm using 5 width and 5 depth with a pressure and heavy touch. Now, 5 width and 5 depth, I've actually lowered my depth by 1 from last year because if you go all out attack this year, you literally don't have any backup AI or defending. So you need to be you need to have some defenders back. So I think a lot of the times, at least on counters, I am numbers okay. But you just got to keep in mind that that's something that's going on. So we've got 5 width, we've got 5 depth, and we got a pressure on heavy touch. That's what we have for the overall tactics. And then in terms of offensive style, I don't really touch that at all. I kind of leave it unbalanced because for me, offensive style is you could put it on wide, but I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think you have to put this on wide because I just think balanced is good. I think your players will do a little bit of everything, and I think that's important. I don't want to do too much of one thing, and it says this tactic is used for a balanced team that maintains its formation. Players will support and make runs when they think it's the right time to do so. So we've got 5 width, because for me, the width doesn't need to be adjusted. What I will say to some of you guys is if you want, you can make the width a little bit out, and it won't play like a 4-1-2-1-2. 4-1-2-1-2-2, because there's a variant of the 4-1-2. No, is this the 4-1-2-1-2-2? Yeah, it won't play like the 4-1-2-1-2. Just narrow. That's like a tongue twister. Not narrow, the wide, if you make it a little bit wider. But I don't want it like that because I want it tacked down the middle, so I want the narrow. So I got players in the box on 5, corners 3, and free kicks 3. Now, I play corners on 3 because I like to have 2 short runners at the top of the box. If you want more of like an attacking situation where all your players are in the box, then you don't have to play that 3. You could play like a 4. Free kicks, I don't really know what to do on free kicks. I'm kind of lost. So in terms of the types of players that would work in a 4-1-2-1-2, you can really use any wingers at the strikers. So as you guys can see here, I've got Oniyukuru and Boliviano at striker. They're both kind of wingers, but for me, they have pace. And you'll see with some of the tactics why they work so well in this formation. As a cam in this formation, you want, theoretically, a player that has high work rates. That's my preference. Now, you're going to keep them with a certain instruction, but the high usually means that they're going to be buzzing back and forth. They're going to focus on tracking back a bit, but they're also going to really focus on going forward. And Ben Yedder does that for me, so that's why Ben Yedder's good. Also, if you're going to use this formation, a big recommendation is using a 5-star weak foot player at cam. I think it makes the difference with it because you're going to receive the ball on both feet. And at times, he's going to be able to just shoot on whatever foot. It doesn't matter. So that's a big deal. In terms of the midfield, your left and your right center mid, the preferred work rates on them would be high because they would be able to get forward with your team and they would really track back and have those defensive responsibilities and capabilities. To get forward and also come back. And I think a big thing on the left and right center mid, you really want to have those guys with high stamina. That's a huge deal. CDM, Idrissa Gana Gueye, guys. That's what we've gone with. That's what we have. Now, I just put him in. He's a medium-high player. He's a little bit undersized, but you are going to want a player at the CDM position. Last year when I mastered this formation, I was using Team of the Year content. You're going to want a player that just has really good agility, focuses on the medium-high, just getting back and staying there. That's a huge deal. And then in terms of the fullbacks are a really big deal because the fullbacks make this formation. Don't play my formation with my tactics unless you guys are genuinely planning, okay, you have to plan on this, on using balanced fullbacks. Do not play the formation otherwise. If you're going to play fullbacks on stay back, I'm telling you guys right now, this formation is not worth your time at all. It's not. Don't use this formation because the balanced fullbacks are going to be the key to this formation. They offer you the width on your team. If you don't have those guys there, you're going to feel at times like you're stuck in the middle. And I would say that's the biggest thing you guys have to take away about my tactics. You need those players to go forward. Preferably, it's going to be hard at the start, but preferably to have those players have a decent finishing stat, have a decent passing stat going forward. You need those players to have decent statistics going forward. Right now, my players just have good passing. They don't really have good finishing. So in terms of the tactics, both of my strikers are going to be on get in behind. That's really important for those guys because they're going to make runs all the time to transition downwards and get in behind. But something I would say is if you guys do have players that have high stamina, please put aggressive interceptions on. My players don't have high stamina, so I'm not doing it. That will make your strikers get in the defenders and the center backs' face a little bit more, and I think it's something that's really important. And then in terms of the cam, this is a big tactic. I recently put them on stay forward. I used to play my cam on balanced, but ever since I put it on stay forward, because I was in last year's game, Messi Team of the Year was always coming back on balanced, stay forward makes the real difference. Your player at all times is going to be really, really focused on just kind of staying in that part of the pitch, and I think that's something that is so important to this tactics, man. You need to have that cam on stay forward. I think it's so important. At CDM, guys, Idrissa Gana Gueye is on stay back and cut passing lanes, also on cover center. That's a really big deal. You want your CDM to be covering the center of the pitch. You don't want him to drift wide. You don't want to drift over. Something that's really interesting that's a new tactic that was added. I tried it the other game, drop between defenders. Currently, I'm not using that. I'm still using stay back. But drop between defenders is interesting. I like that tactic. I'm going to try it out at a certain point. I like cut passing lanes as well because cut passing lanes will get your CDM in the way at times of some specific passing lanes, so that's a big deal. My left and right center mid, honestly, guys, I don't have them on any tactics. I really like the left and right center mid to, as long as they have high, which my two players don't have at the moment, to have the freedom to do whatever the heck they want. That's really what I'm after. I want my center mids to have the freedom to say, hey, I want to drift that way. Hey, I want to support this attacking run. I think that's so big for the center mids that they can go ahead and do whatever the hell they want. That's a big deal for me. So I leave those on. And then in terms of the fullbacks, guys, as you guys can see, both are on balance. This is going to let them go and make attacking runs, but also defend. Do not do overlap. I wouldn't do join the attack. I think if you do join the attack, I think you're going to be way too exposed, and it's not going to work for you. And then in terms of the center backs, stay back while attacking, right? That's just the standard. Roles, I need to set my roles. I don't really have roles yet, guys. I need to go through and do all this because I haven't done it yet. Roles to me is not too relevant, I don't think, for the formation. But yeah, that's right now what I'm using, guys. The 4-1-2 and 2 narrow. And I'm loving it. I think right now it's working really well for me. There is another formation that I think is very similar to my 4-1-2 and 2 narrow that would be really good, and it would be the 3-5-2. You just need players with stamina. But yeah, guys, I've played 13 games, and look at what my players have done with this formation. Ben Yedder has 19 goals and 11 assists from the cam spot. Baladio has 12 goals and 8 assists from the striker spot. Onyekuru has 7 goals, 12 assists. I mean, even my midfielders are scoring. Cyprian has 4 goals and 5 assists. Or has 5 goals and 3 assists. So all these guys are doing well, man. It's impressive. I haven't got my fullbacks too involved yet, but I think that's why I'm talking about with fullbacks. You guys can see here, like Hernandez has 50 finishing. At least he has okay short passing, but it's really preferable if you guys can get fullbacks that can shoot the ball. This guy I love because he's high. I can definitely see his capabilities in his gameplay. High medium is not as good, so I really like high with the fullbacks. I think that's a huge thing if you guys can get it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. These are my 4-1-2 and 2 tactics. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, Nick, The right mid and left mid are at left wing or right wing, but they do have 10 chem. So it's all good. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy them. Let me know if they work for you guys. Let me know if you guys end up enjoying them. I did want to share these with you guys because this is what I'm using, and I really enjoy playing FIFA this way. So take something away from the video if you guys do, and let me know if it turns out and this video helps you guys with tactics or information or things like that. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys soon. Peace out.